Tied at 11 as we get set to start the second quarter here in Iowa City. And the season recap for Iowa State. Started out 5-0 with a big win over Michigan State, and then went out to Portland, had a huge lead over North Carolina and lost it. And their only defeat of the season. They are the preseason favorites to win the Big 12 after a trip to the Sweet 16 a year ago. Debbie, they can score it. They shoot a lot of threes. They're good at the line. And for the Iowa Hawkeyes, another team that can really score it. They've been challenged. They're 6-3, including losses to UConn and NC State. But Caitlin Clark was telling us this afternoon, there's no panic. Remember, last year, en route to the Big Ten championship, they had 3 losses as well before Christmas.
You know what? Both of these teams play in really good leagues. The Big Ten is really loaded. We've already seen Ohio State and Maryland, right? Indiana's up there ranked.
Yep,
Michigan, I've seen, is really good. I think Michigan is better, minus Naz Hillman. That's a hard thing to say, right? Or you have to see how well they're playing together. And then the Big 12. Baylor is, you've got to keep your eye on Baylor. They were picked 4th in that league. Texas is going to come back, right?
Rory Harmon's working her way back into shape.
So both of these teams have many games left on their schedule to impress the committee or whoever you want to impress.
Clark. Sonano held ball, and that'll stay at this end. Boy, these are 2 of the top coaches around with over 20 years experience just at their respective schools right now. Good chess match, Fennelly and Bluter. Clark spins, window, no. Caitlin Clark 0 for 9 to open up the ball game. Ashley Jones just 1 basket, got a whistle and a foul off the ball. And that'll be on Sonano.
See, Sonano and Suarez have already picked up cheap fouls, you know, away from the ball. Neither one of them can afford to get in foul trouble, respectively. Lisa Bluter's going to challenge right now that call with the officials because I didn't see much there.
Jesse Dickerson, Roy Golbayan, and Keisha Thompson are officials tonight. Off the bounce and over the top of Clark goes Danae Fritz, redshirt freshman from Tennessee.
I mean, whoever ends up with Clark on them defensively, you got to look to take it to the basket and put some pressure on her on the defensive end.
Iowa State with the lead for the first time tonight. Sonano. Boy, Suarez really bothers every shot in there. Whether she gets the block or not, she's altering things on the dribble penetration for Iowa. Donarski. Pass deflected.
That's why you got to have high hands on that roll.
That's a walk from Fritz.
I don't feel like Iowa State is a very good rhythm offensively yet, right? I mean, it just feels like they're hesitant, like a half a step or a half a beat. You know, the ball's got to move. You got to keep the ball moving. That's when they're at their best, and they're not going to get a lot of transition in this game. You know, Iowa's always going to be looking for transition, so you're going to have to execute in the quarter court.
Well, and neither side has been able to loosen things up. Usually they're knocking down 3 after 3 after 3, and that hasn't been the case just yet.
Well, Iowa averages making 10 a game. They are 0 for 4.
Iowa State also 10 a game. What are they now?
2 for 9.
2 for 9. Sonano buries the defender. They immediately go inside with Suarez out of the game.
You know, she is so good doing the work before the ball comes in. She knows how to shape up and uses her body. She gets great position at the front of the rim. 2 feet in the paint is going to be 2 points all night for Monica.
8 points, 4 rebounds already for Sonano. Make it 5 rebounds. Clark on the run with a Warnock to the rim. Different ball game without Suarez in there. to protect the rim, and Iowa taking advantage.
What a pass. Great vision up the floor by Caitlin Clark.
4 assists for Clark.
She's always going to find a way to impact the game.
And
there's
she
a steal.
steals. Clark drops it off for Warnock. Rebound Kane. Iowa State will push. Donarski swatted out of bounds by Kate Martin.
Look at the vision up the floor by Caitlin Clark. She passes it right through the D. Warnock all the way to the rim, and then Kate Martin making a play on the other end.
Clark takes a breather.
See, Molly Davis can run the point for Iowa.
Ryan probes.
See, Iowa's just going to keep going underneath everything until Iowa State starts making some shots.
Bill Fennelly having a word with Emily Ryan. Coming into the last 4 games for Iowa State, she had 34 assists and only 7 turnovers. She's had a couple here in the first half. Sonano again backing down on Kane, couldn't hit the shot. Numbers now for Iowa State. Donarski for 3. Marshall able to tip it to Davis.
They are always looking to feed the post. That's the one thing that Iowa does so well, is 4 out, 1 in around Monica Sonano.
Luka Doncic. It all starts with NBA Countdown at 7 o'clock.
Caitlin Clark told us today that Luka Doncic is her favorite player to watch.
Big fan. Loves the step back. She's added that to her repertoire. Constant motion for this Iowa State offense, and stepping into the passing lane is Warnock for the steal.
Iowa State's just got to stop turning the ball over. That's 9 turnovers in the first half. This is a team that only turns the ball over 13 times a game. Neither one of these teams force a bunch of turnovers. According to Her Hoop stats, they're both in the top 15 in defensive rebounding percentage, and they're both in the top 10 in 2-point field goal percentage. They're so similar on paper.
No, not a good entry pass. Jones saw that one coming a mile away and then draws the foul, headed the other way. And Ashley, the 2-time Cheryl Miller Award winner as the best small forward in college basketball, will head to the free throw line.
Off their defense, they need something to get going, right? And maybe getting to the free throw line will help get them going a little bit. Without Caitlin Clark on the floor, and this is a good time for Lisa Bluter to give her a rest, right? It's a 1-possession game.
Jones hits on the first.
Now she's back on the free throw line, Caitlin Clark. I wouldn't want to go too many possessions without her on the floor.
No, I'd want to play 40 minutes in this ball game, right?
Well, the pace is such that she can play 40 minutes. Now they have a bunch of sets in the offensive package with her off the ball. It's hard to play without her having the ball in her hands also while she's out there.
There she is, the step back, a little Doncic-like, and Caitlin Clark finally hits her first basket of the night.
When she goes left and she pulls it back with that step back, can't guard it.
Can't do it.
Doncician on that shot. Suarez outside. No, let's see if that ignites Caitlin at all.
She's going to pull a 3 right here.
Stolke.
They're not guarding Stolke.
Martin. Now to Clark with Donarski, last year's Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year honor.
Good D by Donarski.
Clark steps to the side, no. O'Grady gets him another chance. open. Martin.
Who did Caitlin Clark tell us today was going to have a big game tonight?
I think it was Kate Martin.
I think it was.
Well, the miss inside, good fight for the rebound. Soares swing it back out top, and we got a whistle off the ball. Don't count the bucket. Martin fouled Jones underneath.
Molly Davis to Kate Martin.
Splash.
Rebecca,
4:07 to go in the half, and look at the movement.
Some offense.
Look at the movement. This is the preseason AP poll, Debbie, with Texas, Iowa, Tennessee, and Louisville. The parity this year, 9 of the teams have already suffered a loss, and those 4 highlighted already knocked out of the top 10 in the first month of the new year, new season.
And Texas, Tennessee, and Louisville are not in the poll right now. A lot of movement, a lot of parity, all good for the game. As long as you're working on situations, because there's a lot of end-of-game situations happening right now. Wait till we get to conference play. It's going to be even more.
Update on the scoreboard, by the way. That last 3 counted with a foul off the ball, so they get possession as well. Possibly a 6-point trip up the floor here. Ryan makes it so.
What a big play. What a big swing right there.
Cyclones back on top. Clark and Sonano, the 2-man game. Clark skips, Davis, 3 blocked. Ryan got out there. Already the 3rd block shot of the half for Iowa State. Jones. Off the bounce to the left hand for the lay-in, her 2nd bucket.
8 quick points for Iowa State. And you notice you can't really face guard or try to keep the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hands. You just got to guard her when she gets it, and you know she's going to look to take shots. You just got to do the best you can. Try to keep her off the free throw line, try to take away her vision in the 2-man game.
Clark and Jones with 1 trip each to the line. That's it here in the first half. Soares steps away, got her feet planted. An 11-0 run for Iowa State. And they're doing it with the 3-ball. Clark tries to respond and does.
Did we call for some offense?
I believe that was the call. The siren song.
Yeah, Sonano's going to have to get out on that. That's 2 threes that Soares has hit. Switch.
Looking for another.
Oh, what a great play, though. They tagged the roll. The cross-court pass is open. Great read by Emily Ryan.
Clark. No. And Soares has it. Her 7th rebound to go along with 6 points and a couple of blocks. Ryan into the lane. I think they said the whistle was before the shot.
Syracuse, after losing 3 in a row, has won 2 in a row.
Yes. Houston, #1 for the first time since Phi Slamma Jamma. And they're going to call the walk on Jones. 1.5 to go here in the first half.
This is what you call a late whistle or a patient whistle. Take away the bucket. Travel.
No Soares in the middle right now. Defensively for Iowa State. They get it in there. Sonano with a touch and a foul on Morgan Kane.
I mean, Sonano does such a great job moving her feet. It's hard to get in front of her. If you get in front, they're going to throw the lob. You got to play her 3/4 behind. And as you mentioned earlier, Beth, 67.4% from the floor. And those are contested 2s.
Nice cut, Warnock. Missed the layup.
Yeah, I think she's been open. They got to throw it in there earlier. If you don't throw that pass in there, that foul doesn't get called.
Second foul on Monica Sonano.
Watch Suarez run the floor, and she runs, she moves. Okay, she gets great position, throw it in there.
Iowa State in the bonus. So Suarez to the free throw line, 71% on the season. An NAIA All-American out of Masters University before joining Iowa State this season. A long line of family members starred at Masters, and she wanted to finish it up in the Big 12 in a big challenge. Final minute of the first half.
Definitely going to get a 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Clark, Marshall. Clark calling for it. Defended by Espen Miller-McGrew. O'Grady picked by Ryan. Here comes Jones the other way. On the run, Donarski with the left hand. Shot clock is off.
This is a lot lower scoring and slower pace than we anticipated. I think because neither team has shot the ball very well. Well below their season average.
Caitlin Clark, the cross, the step back, the fade, no good. Struggles offensively for both sides. A 13-3 run for Iowa State to close out the half.